Welcome to Liquid Late Nights. It's your boys once again trying to do this thing with just a dynamic duo. I want to be Batman.
Try?
No, I'm Batman.
Good. Okay.
You can
like
be Robin. It's okay.
That's fine. I have no,
all right, cool.
I have no, I have no doubts about my manhood, so I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. I never do.
All the Robins wear pants now. It's all good. It's all good.
Oh, okay. Let's just, all right, fine.
Tactical armor and whatnot. Anyway, so what we got going on this week? What's been happening?
Well, I saw an article. I don't know if anybody read it, but it just to start off about people being people. There was a great article about people don't have decent manners on airplanes anymore. It's just all kind of bizarreness. People fighting this up. But this was a simple thing. Waiting when the plane stopped, waiting to deplane, as opposed to when the seats are changing. People have a tendency to just get up and knock people over, knock babies out the seat, and trying to get to the front. Like, where you gonna go? You know what I mean? It was a great article. I was like, yeah. I mean, the reason I wanted to bring it up. So, what is up with peeps?
Is it going back to what we've always talking about, which seems to be the lack of homeschooling, home training?
Well, the guy was saying he didn't want to blame it on home training. The article, he said, I'm not going to let him off the hook by telling him about home training.
Oh, okay.
He's saying, like, it's just preposterous. You know what I mean?
It's just people just have a lack of good, just common sense.
Okay, you in a rush to get where to the baggage claim and wait for your baggage because that's all you're going to do? Or in line deplaning once you get up. So what's the point? And just people fighting on the planes over nothing. It just
you always see these fire reveal videos of people getting angry or people getting upset, doing stupid stuff on the plane. I think people forget their manners. Maybe it's just a lack of manners. Because I feel like people are more rude in general.
So you're saying we have a societal problem?
Oh, absolutely.
That manifests itself when you're 30,000 feet in the air and coming back down.
I think it manifests itself in other ways. I've seen some articles where we're talking about just kind of since the pandemic, like the general sense of like people are just generally rude in person. Like you go into like a restaurant or a retail establishment or someplace where you got to be, just basic level considerate to other people. And people just seem to have forgotten how to do that. Like, I feel like you had the home training and then you forgot it. So maybe it's something with that. And like you said, yeah, where are you going to go? It's the same spot. You got to go, you're rushing to go from A to B to stand in another spot.
Yeah, you're taking your carry-on out the top, hitting somebody else in the head with it, all kind of craziness. This was a bizarre article. It's true though. It was like, yeah, and I got to think about it. So what is you're in a hurry to get to nowhere because you're not getting anywhere. You got to go to baggage claim and wait. Everybody's gonna walk the baggage claim together. You know what I mean? So you're not getting off you're not making up any time. It's like the speeder. It's like once I had a ticket, like when I was in business, you had to, if you couldn't have too many points and something in your license because the company be pissed all off and want to fucking drop you from covering the insurance coverage. So if I got, I'd go to like driving school, right? And this guy was talking one time about, in the class I was in, he was saying like, he asked everybody in the class, what do you think the average time on a light is? And somebody was saying like 2 minutes, like 3 minutes. He was like, really? You really have a problem. The average is on about 30 seconds. It's only maybe 45 seconds at the max. If you think it's three minutes, you're in a hurry. Because you're not who's going to sit there for 3 minutes? Unless it's some kind of good exchange. Then he was saying like, how much time you save when you pass somebody rushing to the next traffic light? And you see that all the time. Guys zip past you and you come up behind him half a mile later, he's in the same light you were there. He got there maybe 2-3 seconds faster, but what did he accomplish? Even if say for instance, if you're driving, have you ever been like driving, say like you're driving back from Atlanta or someplace back to to Tampa or back to Orlando. Guy passes you, and next time you get off, next time you put the next extra, pull someplace, there he is right there. You just go right past him again. So he didn't get anywhere. Even on 50, 100, you don't get, this is what this guy was saying in the class. The time you pick up at the space picker is nil, but we do it all the time.
We have a hurry up society. Hurry up and get there. Hurry up and do things. People
blow at you and pass by in their car and screech off because you was going too slow, and there he is at the next stop sign. I'm like, really, dude? A woman, and sometimes it's females too. I'm not going to just put it just on the guys, you know. Or, and I'm not trying to get on the females. A lot of times, if you say for instance, if you put a signal on, you want to change lanes or trying to merge over to, the person behind you speeds up as opposed to allowing you to merge. I'm like, what is up with that? It's called common courtesy.
Yeah, people don't have that, and they don't have that on the roads. Listen,
and you can't do nothing about it because they'll pull out the gun and start like shooting you and stuff. So you got to kind of just.
They will take it. You just anyway, take it.
Back to the airline. So it's a societal problem.
Yeah, I think we just those basic civility is not there anymore. And people
we're not a civil society.
Well,
I gave on that sometime in the past.
Well, then there you go.
Anyway.
Welcome to America.
Yeah, can I have something more cheerier than that? That was just my gripe. I saw that. I wanted to get that out. I'm okay.
Is it? Maybe it's better in other countries. We'll
I wouldn't know. So not that I care anyway, because I don't live in those other countries. You know.
I mean, you could be an expat.
No, I'm way past that. I would have tried to be an expat in my 30s or so like that. I'm settled in right now. I'm not doing anything. I'm expat here on the island.
Oh, but you'd be on like an island.
No, I'm good. Okay, right here, right.
Okay, all right. Never gets cold down there. I'm just saying. I don't know, man.
I don't want to go to any islands. I find that colonial. I have no interest in going in those islands. I'm just being honest with you. Not me. Sorry.
All right. Moving right along. Because I just moving right along. So your mayor was excited, I see.
Did you listen to her speech about it? Aren't you excited? I'm excited about it. Even going to be 5 years.
I've been excited.
I'd be too old to enjoy it, but it's still.
It's nice to see the leaders jumping on. All of a sudden, they
push
their eyes are open to the possibilities.
Well, they finally going to do it. Okay, so they went down to Miami. They rode the Brightline from there back to a lot of leaders. And Jane Castro she's something else. She's a good politician. She gets things done. And she said they make the stops in different places. Because I listened to the whole interview she did, and I read the article too. She said like, well, they're partnering with Brightline. The tracks are gonna be laid in the center of Interstate 4, which makes it easier to do, I think. And that's the plan. She said, and they're gonna try to do all these different things on the once it doesn't take so long. They asked her, what do you think it's gonna be? 4 to 5 years. I think that's ambitious. 4 to 5 years, but who knows?
Yeah.
And then it's gonna come, and then it's gonna end. They're gonna build a station someplace in Ybor City. The Brightline station will be in Ybor City. But she's saying and she's right about the traffic here, and if they don't do something about it, Tampa is going to become more, because it's becoming more and more congested. So many people coming, oh, I just love Tampa. I said, you people just go someplace else? There's too many of you here. There's too many of you here, and they're still getting off the boat, and off the train station and at the bus station. Unbelievable. Anyway,
coming off that Greyhound.
Yeah, off the Hound. So anyway, the deal is they basically put it in motion. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They've already made the deal. A partnership with Hillsboro County, the Florida make the deal. The government, central government, make the deal with the Brightline. They're gonna do it. It's in motion. That's gonna be really nice, though. And I'm sure they're gonna have some stops, but it's again, the idea of making it central Interstate 4, you don't have to go in and dig any, right of ways or anything like that. You're not interfering with local communities or anything like that. You're coming straight down the center of Interstate 4, which you got enough room there for 2 lanes for 2 traffic going to and fro, which is which way it should have been done. I suggested that 15 years ago when Florida turned down the money from Barack Obama and the people when they went to give it. Remember that debacle? You would have had it already. People was laughing at Florida. They were saying, what is wrong with these people? Where'd that money go? Did it go like that? Some other state took the money.
They give it to somebody else, because everybody else was like, it's free money.
Yeah.
But all right, whatever. But then Brightline did their thing, because it ended up being Brightline was like, okay, as a private company, we're just going to raise the funds and do it. And they kind of pushed their stuff way through. And now government's come around to the fact that, oh, this is viable. This is a thing.
Yeah.
And we can do
15 years later. This is at least 15 years. It would have been so cool. Say for instance that because I would have jumped the train and cruised down to Orlando to see Chris Tucker some tomorrow. That would have been really, really nice, man.
yeah. But
instead of spending 5 hours on a plane, 5 hours in a car trying to get to Orlando this evening, which is it's an impossibility. But it's like, yeah. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah.
That means that means quietly without saying it, they can do further development down in Ybor too.
Yeah.
Because
which they want to do anyway.
Yeah, because gentrification is going around everything except for Ybor. Ybor is, I know people like going there. It's not my favorite place, but anyway, I'll just leave it at that.
It's a little rough.
And if the tourists are down there all the time, they love it, But if you come further across to like on the other side of the river, so Broadway Boulevard area, the gentrification is insane. You got these nice clusters in different areas. The 2 or 3 townhouses, nice townhouse right next to the crack house, and it's all up and down. So it's amazing to look at that stuff. It's amazing. Anyway, but yeah, finally it's done. That's why I threw it in there. So that's a good thing for us Tampa people. Like she said, Tampa, it's one of the greatest cities in the U.S. You just say Florida, huh?
Say Florida. Wow. No, I'm excited. I think I'm glad to see people jumping on. I'm still want to see how they're gonna do the loop through Orlando. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they do it smart and don't try to pound it through the main part of the city. Do it down the south.
So where does the Brightline end that comes into Orlando?
It ends at the airport. There's a new terminal right next to the new Terminal C that they built at Orlando International. So it's really next door. You could literally walk. You get off the plane, walk over to the train. The train terminal. It's super nice, super new.
Let me just say this, and I'm not a civil engineer. You cannot take it downtown. That's an extra 5 years just to build something to go down there. So they're not going to do that. They're going to come from the airport because they want people to fly into Orlando.
The smart money is the airport.
Well, because listen, okay, people fly into Orlando, right, to go to Disney and do it all the time. International people. So now you can also fly into Orlando, do your thing, and hop on a train right out there by the airport and go to the Gold Coast. Come to here, the Tampa Bay region, as she's saying. They would do that. Downtown, no, that's a whole extra headache for no real reason.
Yeah,
How far is it from the MCO to downtown Orlando?
I mean, as the crow flies, probably about 25 minutes.
No, miles. I'm talking about building something.
Oh, miles is like
nothing, right?
Yeah, well, nothing except you gotta. The problem is coming up, and where are you going to put it? Are you going to try to put it?
How far? 5 miles?
Yeah. No, probably like. I'm going to say roughly 15.
Too much.
Yeah,
running
with stops.
Because the key is the airport to Tampa, from Miami to MCO in the MCO area. Because some people are going to want to just they come into Miami, come to Orlando, going to Tampa. That's just makes sense. You don't need to wander down into Tampa. You really don't. Catch a trolley or something down there. Don't they have trolleys from the airport?
No. I mean, we got Uber, Lyft.
I understand.
Shuttles. They got shuttles.
They got shuttles.
It's a 13 road mile from downtown to the airport.
Which in a city that's still not that much. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Even though
you got a lot of major arteries and you got a major stops, it doesn't make sense. I know why these people who say they want to do it. It doesn't make sense though. Like you don't need to. You don't pick up anything because locals are not the one that's going to be doing this. Right. That's what Sunrail should be for, and that's what they want to expand Sunrail. Do Sunrail. Okay. Don't leave this pure. Listen, I'm on board. I'm no engineer, but I know what makes sense too.
That's what I'm saying. I'm no civil engineer, and I'm not an earth mover, but I get it. That was my point. It's kind of exciting.
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah, well,
I don't have to drive. I can go to Tampa, party, and come back. Don't have to drive, man. I get my passport sooner. You can't stop me now.
Well, you can catch the train from Orlando now, but it's like you got to go to Union Station. It's gonna stop in like 13 put on villages on your way up through there.
Yeah, I'm not going all the way around. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I've done that. That's all right. This is not that kind of trip. Not that kind of
anyway,
trip.
That's a good I thought it was excellent. I thought Mayor Castor, who's an exemplary woman, our mayor gets the job done. She don't play.
Good job. Good job.
No, man, I was going to ask this question. I'm looking at something here, so I'll leave it to you. Never mind.
I know which one it is. I mean, we could go right to that, but unless you want to do your strike talk.
No, that's fine.
No, I'll bring it up. So I read this interesting article, and I just liked it because it had a Florida angle, and I know how you love Florida angles. So we've talked about social media influencers, people make money. We've talked about OnlyFans. So it's talking about this couple who has a company. It's based around the girl, but they've also expanded out that brand and whatnot. They just bought 10 acres somewhere in Florida, basically built a studio home compound system. But they got like a whole business set up in there. They've hired extra people to do accounting, to do the IT, to filming. Some people who are coming in to work under their umbrella to be like performers. They've monetized this. They originally started out as they were selling sports equipment online, the two of them, and making good money, did all right, but got bored, wanted to do something else. They had entrepreneurial spirit.
They saw the money.
They saw they saw how easy the money is because it was real easy for them to generate cash very quickly. This company now has 10 million annually in revenue. Their corporate payroll exceeds $1 million a year. They've built a business, it's a legit business. They're running.
I understand, but what are they selling?
They're selling sex. They're selling dreams. They're selling, content.
Because I have to tell you, I've never been on OnlyFans. I don't know.
Okay.
So I don't.
So OnlyFans as a platform. So that's the other thing I'm talking about. OnlyFans as a platform. It's basically a place you can go and set yourself up and talk to your fans, talk to people, sell whatever. So there's a lot of.
But some of they sell subscriptions.
You can sell subscriptions, yeah, or you can have your thing be free and maybe you sell the particular pieces of content for a fee. Kind of depends how you want to monetize it. A lot of adult stars, adult people are on there, but there's a lot of mainstream people have gone on there as a means to build their brand and put things out. There's a soccer player, Miss Spinning, that just got on there, who's using that to promote himself and doing some other things with that. So it's kind of being it's a platform, so you can do whatever it is. So there's a lot of stuff in here in London.
Because I read an article the other day. There was this school teacher, female, just lost her job because her and her husband started OnlyFans, and they was doing the thing on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
It's behind a paywall. It's a consenting adults behind a paywall. You pay your money, you get it.
Thank you very much. I get it. I read another article, but I don't know if you know Joe Smith. Joe Smith was an NBA star for about 15 years. He was the biggest one with the scandal one time about years ago with a quote-unquote deal made on the table for his new contract. But anyway, he found out his wife was on OnlyFans. She hadn't told him. What an article. No, seriously? And she was like, well, we need the money. I'm like, really? Anyway, to me, that was really bizarre. And so, of course, everybody got him on blast now about this kind of stuff. So when I saw you put that down, I said, well, okay. But I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, people are making, in the case of that school teacher and then somebody else with that, I don't say it's quick money because you still got to promote.
You got to work.
You still got to work to make
more
it.
To make it being a school mom.
Exactly. So.
Depends on where your scruples are.
Yeah.
If you don't have
there's people. Listen, there's people who are making money off of that just selling feet pics. Listen, there's a whole world out there of people willing to pay for something. You don't necessarily have to be doing a full hardcore situation for it.
I get it. So here's the next question I got. So when everybody's doing, it's like all the influencers. Somehow I know you're gonna run out of customers, aren't you?
I mean, maybe. But with any business, technically, isn't that always the fear? You at some point are going to run out of customers.
It's going to flatline after a while, right? It's going to go.
Yeah. So what's the next thing to get you over? That's what any business. It doesn't matter what you're selling out there. You're still a seller trying to find a buyer.
Another question. So is there some corporate group that owns the platform, OnlyFans platform?
It's in Europe.
Okay, here's what I'm asking. Okay,
and they make
they get a piece of everything.
They get a piece of it, and they're like $1 billion company or multi-billion.
Yeah, because the brand they already have the brand. So what you're doing is just buying into to get your. So it's not a guarantee.
Yeah, you still got to do the work.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So we want to chase the Chinese off of TikTok. You got some Europeans selling some other stuff here. I get it.
Yeah.
Not that I'm standing up for the PRC. I'm just saying. Put that disclaimer out there.
TikTok's easier to get on, but
No, but you get my point though, right?
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah. Who's running? Who's pulling the strings? And do we get a cut of the cheese? No.
I wouldn't.
I thought that was interesting.
It is.
It is. Well, I guess we'll do a little bit of entertainment. We'll start with the fact that the strike's over, baby.
So what does that mean?
That means productions can start back up. Because now the writers are done, actors are done, directors are already out. Things are coming out.
I saw some article they were saying like the deal is struck because a lot of it had to do with this AI and all this kind of stuff, the likenesses and stuff, and they're not sure if it's all that they need to get done. But at least they started somewhere. Against that's how I guess we present it.
Yeah, you got to get something on the books, and then you can readdress it because you don't know what the future's going to go. But from what they can see now, you got to let's at least address the things we can have, the concerns that I have now. If things come up in the future, you can address that with the next contract. But
yeah, it's the entity. It's like the debt reckoning. The entity.
Listen, we've seen movies. We've seen the things where you reanimate older actors who've been away to replace their current ones. And it was kind of piecemeal, like they'd go back to the family or to the state and try to do something. And then what the studios were trying to do was like, we'll just do it and call it a day. And like, no, you still need to, pay for it if you're going to do it. If I let you do it,
It's like back in the day when the Betamax and the VHS, the tape deals, the rental stuff first started as a big deal, right? So they all went on strike because they were saying they weren't getting a piece of the action from the video rentals. That was a big deal. Was that the 80s or the 90s? That was the 80s.
Yeah, I think that was the 80s because it didn't happen in the DVD 80s. Sales. Because they did it again for DVD sales. Because every time a new technology comes out, the old rules don't. Because
everybody was going to the store and buying, getting their, they penalized you, didn't rewind the tape when you took it back, all kind of nonsense like that. But
rewind.
Yeah, rewind. Yeah, if you don't rewind, they'll be mad with you. They charge you more, or charge you double, or some insane for some kid to sit there and rewind it when it comes back in.
Yeah. Kids, VHS tapes were physical media that used like magnetic strip things that looked like giant cassettes, which was also physical media.
But it was awesome technology at the time. Because
you got the job.
Now you can actually take a full movie, and watch it, as opposed to, some movie that was cut on television with 30 minutes worth of commercial, and so a lot of the good parts of the movie was cut out, or you paid for HBO or home box office that they was calling it at the time, and they ran the same 5 movies over and over again. So when VHS came out, or when Betamax first, but VHS beat them out, it was awesome. People would be standing in line trying to rent those things, or fighting at the line. I had a reserve. Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah. If you can't, and it was a relatively cheap technology because Laserdiscs came out around the same time. Laserdiscs were way too expensive for anybody to buy.
Yeah, they were cool, but they were
the disc or the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was too expensive.
Yeah.
So anyway,
not a time to bring it down. Very exciting.
But again, that brings back all I thought about, because they were all on strike about that back in the day. So, anyway, and that's
every time it's a new
deal. Well, it's a shame, but people, you have to strike for your money, or they'll take it. Big brother, whoever you call him. Anyway, that's my story.
But with that being over, movies can start coming back, but a lot of things are still getting shuffled around. Marvel, like literally the next day, we love talking about Marvel, had to shuffle their whole lineup some more, and basically there's only one movie coming out next year from Marvel, which is like the first time in forever that they've had that least amount of a movie come out. And it's going to be Deadpool 3. Everything else has got pushed up.
Run, though, dude. They've had
they did. No, they could still have a great run. I'm just saying they had to. There's still some things didn't even get to go in production because of the strike, so they had to move them. That they did put a Blade hard date now, so allegedly that's still happening. 2025.
Yes, I thought.
He got announced as someone said he got Michelle Ali got announced as Blade about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So
he'll be too old to play him at the point. He'll be playing him in a wheelchair with a walker.
Damn.
I mean, come on.
Well, maybe we can fit it fast. Maybe we can start it up and get it going. But that's the plan. Having said that, Marvels came out this weekend. It's the lowest opening of a Marvel movie ever. So, but reviews are good. So I don't know what happened.
Which means it'll catch up during the holiday season here.
Yeah, as soon as it hits Disney Plus, maybe. Well, I just lost its premium screen, so I couldn't go this weekend to see it on opening. I'm gonna go probably Thursday, and where I was gonna go, they already lost the premium, some of the premium screens, because there's a the Hunger Games prequel movie, Song of Snakes and Ladders. No, Song of Snakes and Songbirds is coming out, and it's getting all the premium screens starting Thursday night. So,
wow,
it'll make it up, maybe, I don't know, but 47 million US, 110 worldwide, which is not even close to what it did with the original one. But reviews have been solid. They're like, it's a good, fun movie. It's short. It's like an hour 45, so you're not killing yourself for 3 hours, but people didn't go.
Like 45.
Hey, sometimes you just like some entertainment and get out, man. You don't want to commit to a 3-hour extravaganza. Like Napoleon, I feel like it's going to be a 3-hour extravaganza. I'm probably going to do it, but
I'm thinking about going to see. Not only do I think I find the story, I want to see what they did with the story, but I think Joaquin Phoenix is probably the best guy to play that character and stuff. So I'll see.
We'll go check it out. We'll get it done.
But it's just think about the strike, because CBS was playing the what's that? Yellowstone, right? Mm-hmm. And in that summer, they had the second episode of Fast Reeves on last night on CBS.
They got to fill content,
right? Yeah. Because I watched it last week, of course. So I'm up to episode 4 already, because I got Paramount Plus. But it was on last night, because I was there. I was flipping channels or something, and I said, "That's Fast Reeves. That's episode 2." And then they had some people coming in and talking, which I thought was good. It get us exposure to more people, which is fine too. So I had no issue with it, but that was kind of slick.
Yeah, if you got some content somewhere that nobody can't see, and you got to fill a hole. That's why the NCIS franchise for CBS is like a huge franchise for them. None of their current stuff is able to produce. The only thing they had was the one they did for Australia, which kind of started earlier this year. NCIS Sydney, so they ran in here in the US. Hey, NCIS is back, we got this, because you've never seen it.
Yeah,
so it's new to you.
So it's not new, right? Because I saw, so whenever NCIS Sydney, because I've never seen any of them. I don't do this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's new, but it was literally co-produced with the Australian Broadcasting Company.
Right.
So it was playing down there earlier this year.
Yeah.
And if you get to the fall, we're like, we got to put something here. Hey, let's put this, because we got it. So I guess come January, we'll see a bunch of everything come back past January, I guess, for like regular network stuff. That's not reality, which is fine, because I hate reality TV.
I'm not watching it.
Not my plan. It's not my plan.
What's happening in the sports world?
Sports world?
Well, the Bucks won.
Yeah.
Beat up on the Titans 26. Great game. Huh? Baker's the new chief, is a new sheriff in town here in Tampa. Baker to Mayfield. Huh?
All right, that's
No,
fine.
he had a good game. It was
Good
fine. I mean, the Lightning lost to the week. They lost to the Hurricane. And I was watching. I said, who's the Hurricanes in Carolina?
Yeah, Carolina.
You know,
Think of a place that should not have hockey, and that's where you're gonna have a fine NHL team.
by Florida too. It's like,
Exactly.
I was talking to a guy this morning about the Lightning, but he was from Toronto, and he was saying like they call him the devil because Toronto's always losing to Tampa. They beat them in the regular season, and lose to them in the playoffs. So the evil empire, the Tampa Bay Lightning. I said, dude, man, you bitter, aren't you? But no.
Listen, if you're Canadian and your team is constantly getting beat by a Florida team,
yeah,
man,
yeah, that's kind of rough. They don't have any ice down here. Anyway,
I'd be mad too.
USF won over the weekend. We're doing pretty good. We're about 500. We beat the Temple Owls.
Solid.
My friend said, "Who has a team with a name the Owls?"
A couple of schools. Listen, sometimes it's all about finding a mascot that doesn't offend anybody, and animals is the easiest way to go. Let's roll. Commanders.
Their mascot was way out there. Okay, their mascot was balls out. Okay, let's be clear about that. I don't know, but things are happening. It's pretty good. I don't know who the Bucks are going to play this week, but it's just NBA's out rolling at the in-season tournament. It's gone. It's out there. We won our first game. The Lakers beat the Suns the other night. But our first game in season tournament. Our next game in a tournament. We won last night. Also, we beat Portland.
I'm gonna check it out Friday night. I'm gonna see who's got some Friday night games. I'm gonna check out one. I want to see.
Well, listen,
what we got.
No, let me say this earnestly. The Orlando Magic has a good team. I've watched them twice so far early in the season. I saw them when they played the Lakers, and I watched them the other night.
They just beat the Bucks.
Yeah, I watched that game.
Yeah,
I was watching that game. They're fun to watch. They got some nice young players. And I was talking to my friend about it. I said, what's going to happen in a year or so? The Magic will just let all those guys leave because they don't like to pay anybody.
that has always been the downfall of that franchise.
They have a nice squad. They play good. They're good to watch. They play good, solid basketball. They're fun because the last couple of years I couldn't really watch their games because it just wasn't, just nothing fun to watch. But they're fun to watch. I was telling Byron about it. I said, dude, they're fun to watch. I think I even sent a message out in our feeder that the Magic was getting it done. So I would watch some of their games. They're playing some good basketball right now. But again, they'll have fun this year because the management, the ownership don't want to pay any cheese.
I've never understood this for 20-something years.
When you let Shaq walk, you got dirt between your ears somewhere.
We've let every superstar and next level guy down walk.
Yeah, no, that's what Pete was saying. Every time you see a good player, they used to play for the Magic. They on somebody else's team, balling out.
yeah, always
winning championships.
Always.
They escaped the mouse in the bright Disney colors. Their suits are like really come on. But this is another story. But I like
JJ Redick. Like that was top dude. He had to get out of Orlando to make a real name, but we knew he was good. I remember watching him. He was good. I'm like, he's got skills, but we can't keep anybody in town because the Voss family won't pay anyway.
Well, because they make money anyway. It's still bottom line. It's still a business. If you don't have to put a grade A product and you still make your bank with a C product, that's what you do.
Yeah.
And you have no real tradition of winning. So it's like all those years that Donald Sterling owned the Clippers. He didn't care. He rather than pay a guy a nickel, he'd take the guy he only have to give 2 cents. And but he was still making money. His product was, when people come to town to play the Clippers, their fans would come and see their guys. You know what I mean? So he was box office.
Yeah.
Even though with Bombers' money right now, they're still not winning, but that's a whole other issue. Even Steve Ballmer's $75 billion that he has.
Easy money.
In the new arena, that Microsoft money multiplying, compounding. That's just me.
So it's just reminding that it is a business. Had some coaches get fired and get in trouble this weekend too.
Oh, okay.
So we talked about Jim Harbaugh. So right before that game, he gets a 3-game ban from the Big Ten because of the
Was he banned or suspended? Is that the same thing?
It's the same thing. It's 3 games. It's the rest of the season for the cheating scandal to get ahead of it.
So
the NCAA.
The details I said, they say he can't coach on the sideline, but he can coach during the week, and he can probably coach by headphones from someplace else. He can't be on the sideline.
Yeah.
So they still
actually. I don't know if you can do headphones.
Well, you can probably talk to the assistant coach.
Yeah, you can get the text.
You can get around that.
Hey man. But that's already a story. The big story though is Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M gets fired the day after a win, but they still got to pay him $76
million because they were stupid. They signed the guy to the 2030. 2030?
Yeah. Guaranteed money, no offset.
Wait a minute. What were they thinking?
They weren't.
So here's the question. So what did he do to make them say, okay, we'll eat the rest of this money for 7 years and just get rid of this guy?
They weren't doing, the expectations were high. They were expecting him to come in and compete for championship, complete for conference win championships, do better. He technically hasn't done better in his record than last guy, Kevin Summerlin, did.
So here's the question. What kind of school is this? Can afford to just throw away $76 million on
Funny you should ask.
On an athletic coach.
Funny you should ask. So apparently they made the decision on Tuesday to fire him. Friday night, the big booster association, which is basically all these Texas oil guys, presented a check to the school for $165 million just to give to the school. So basically, they said, "Here, this will pay for you guys that you're going to get rid of in the next 2 days." That was oil money.
Down to a student for some, really?
Hell no. What did you just say? This is a business,
man. Okay.
Jeez.
All right. That's something that you want.
Listen. College football is a business, and these schools that are very good at it are good at that. They're not necessarily good at other things. They're good at that.
It's insanity. It's insanity. Okay, so I know, but that's scary. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I saw a little feel good story besides Coach getting fired. Did you read anything about this guy Josh Hobbs? Is it Dobbs or Hobbs? It's Dobbs. I'm thinking about Hobbs.
It's Dobbs. Only that because I had, just for my fantasy, I had Kirk Cousins. So when he went down, he got the spot. So what's the story? Because I feel like now that people are paying attention again and seeing some.
No, in his first game last week, which I was intending to bring it up last week, I missed it. He came in, he had no practice with the team, didn't know any plays, went out there and balled out, ran for 2 touchdowns, threw one, and he won the game. He won again on Sunday. He had another great game. The thing about this guy is he went to, where did he go? I forget the little school, but anyway, he was a journeyman at quarterback. He got drafted in 2017. The guy is smart. The guy's an astrophysicist. That's the part I like about it. The guy's a rocket scientist. They started putting pictures of him out, was sitting there, and because he was worked for NASA for some years.
University of Tennessee. He was a
he was a volunteer. Yeah, okay, he was a volunteer. He was going to go. He transferred to Tennessee. But the guy's a super smart guy playing. They're trying to get his brains rattled around playing football. But I thought it was just a great story because NASA sent a tweet out to him. Well, not a tweet, sent an X out to him. And the guys call him a pastronaut now. Was it a pastronaut or something? Because he's good, but he's got the degree in astrophysicist. He's an aerospace engineer. Yeah. Heavy out there, young black man, young 28-year black man quarterback, aerospace engineer, balling. Anyway, but I thought it was a great story because, again, where he came from the other week, he hadn't been with the team. He hadn't been with them a day. He came in like on Wednesday to play on Sunday. No practice, no nothing. Killed it. Then they showed. I saw this because I sent you guys a picture of him sitting in the capsule with his NASA uniform on.
Yeah.
I just thought that was awesome. I just thought that was awesome. That's better than a kitten story. Okay.
Feel good. People give y'all feel good too.
Yeah, but I do a kitten story. The kitten's in the tree story. They saved the tree.
They saved the tree. And I forgot to mention this because I forgot it was that time of year, but they just finished doing Electric Daisy Carnival here in Orlando, EDC. Talking about events that come through. And this is like a massive party. It's a 3-day festival. You know, it's all techno, rave, music, that kind of genre. But they take over Camping World Stadium. It's outdoors. They put in multiple stages. They put in Ferris wheels. They put in like the craziest light setup that they got for it. And people just go hard for 3 days. And they estimate about 500,000 people come to town for this. So think about that economic impact on hotels and dining and traffic. And
I'm staying away from that.
And misspell. But it's a party every year. Like they do them all over. So like Vegas has a big one, Miami has a big one. I feel like LA's probably got to have it too. But they do this all over. So it's a big deal. People coming through, partying, ladies in very small outfits and glitter.
Yeah. Speaking of glitter,
you drive past the stadium, you just see clouds. It's just a cloud. It's like, what's that cloud? Don't ask questions what the cloud is.
They had the big parties here in Tampa, because I know one of the young guys used to be my staff, and he's in Colorado now. Him and his new wife came down here, and they came to a rave party like that, and they came to visit me. But he said, "What are you doing? We're going to the thing. They're going to spend 2 or 3 days in the stadium." I said, "I'd pass out."
Yeah. Medical staff and police are on standby outside the stadium. But I remember talking to some cops one year about it, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't go inside. If somebody comes out into some issues or whatever, we'll deal with it. But otherwise, we're not going inside the stadium during the 3 days."
They're going to pass out too. Speaking of glitter, I sent the shot of your boy. Since the Chief had a bye week. Trevor Stott, he's flat out in Buenos Aires to Argentina, to what's her face? I should say her name. I want people to get mad at me. To Taylor Swift's concert.
Put some respect on her name.
I did. So he's standing there cheesing. She stops performing, runs across the stage, and giving the pickup. And you know where I saw this at? On CNN. Yesterday morning. I was like, come on, guys. That was her kitten story.
Huh. Listen, she changed lyrics on the songs around. She's pointing and waving at him. She comes off stage. She finishes. She runs into his arms. Man, come on. This is American. This is American royalty. This is what we got.
Oh my goodness. So you got.
But you realize he can't do anything but get married.
You got kicked out Harry and Meghan?
Man, they were never ours. They weren't that interesting before. Just let them live their lives. The British press is what the problem was. They wouldn't let people live their lives.
Anyway.
He said, "I gotta get out."
So that's my kitten story. 2 kitten stories I had.
Listen, he can't do anything less than get married. You know that. It's too much. Y'all too in already. The world's too far in now.
Nah, I go get married.
Shoot, you break up, that's a double album she could put out. You don't want that. You don't want that.
That's funny. You break up, that's a double, triple platinum album.
Cheese. You're making all the cheese. Side note, so we talked about Beyonce has a concert film coming out. Dolly Parton's got a concert film coming out. Everybody's coming for theaters.
What's she gonna be talking about? Her and Richard Pryor when they got it on, huh?
Dolly Parton is a national treasure.
I understand that part.
And clearly had good taste in comedians.
Yes. I am, that's pretty good. I like it.
I think, folks, that might be what we got for the day.
So we sipping it tonight? So we were sipping it? the sip guy was gonna drop in. He didn't. He couldn't sip in.
I think it's his friends. Oh, his Friendsgiving on the coast.
I get it.
So
That's what I'm saying. He said I was trying to sip in if you would, but he.
yeah, I thought we were just going to do a live broadcast.
That's
I have to tape broadcast, but
that's what I said when I said sip in.
but I guess not. I guess we again. I can't get a passport to Tampa, and then we can't get a passport to St. Pete. So, all right, it's cool. It's cool.
I'm kind of dug in for right now.
All right. Listen, I'm trying to get out. It's my birthday week. I'm trying to get out this week.
You ain't got to do that.
I got plans.
I'm not. I'm laying low.
All right, you lay low. Thanksgiving is coming, and then post Thanksgiving is coming.
Do I look like a pilgrim to you? No. Anyway, folks.
Land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
Well, okay. Folks, okay, look, I got one for you. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but LSU looked real good the other night. Figure some sports stuff. Just to throw something into the tail end. I don't want to. That's my kid in third too.
Listen, man.
That was a good game, man.
It was a good game, and then it wasn't a good game.
Because that little kid, what's his name, Jaden?
Oh.
That man, he's something. He just kind of paralyzed your boys, man. Huh?
Listen,
man ran through the whole defense one time. Like, huh? The man throws for 300 plus yards. Huh?
Runs for a historic night. An historic night.
He probably put his name on the Heisman trophies the other night.
Yeah. 300 plus yards throwing, 200 plus yards rushing.
Yeah.
First guy in FBS history to even do that in a single game. Yeah, I get it. Historic
and
numbers. We're glad to be there.
Well, you guys help support. You guys support.
Oh.
You guys will support. Just I don't know if that's a kitten story there, but it's got to get close to a kitten story.
We got two more games. I just need one win to make a bowl. Any bowl.
So who are you playing the last games?
Missouri and then Florida State.
Well, you ain't going to beat Florida State.
What happened to putting positivity into the world?
I'm sorry, they got to stick here. I got a friend here on the island that's from Missouri, so he's probably going to be rooting against you on that one, too.
I want you to understand the amount of people that will be blowing up my phone during that game. Family and friends.
On State?
There's man.
State's got to stick. I watched their game the other day. Some of it anyway. I didn't watch the whole thing.
No, they're solid. They solid. I get it. They solid. Missouri's solid. So that one I'm not have concern about too. So listen, all I want for my birthday is one win. I beseech the Gator gods to give that to me.
Gator god down in the swamp.
We will give a sacrifice of some ham hocks and
gopher and rice.
No. All right. Anywho. All right. We out. Thanks for listening to Liquid Late Nights. Like and subscribe.
Missing you out there sipping. We on the sip patrol.
We may have to check on his contract. And we out.
Very good.